During this tutorial I'll show you how to make backups of your registries. Notice down here that we have an indicator telling you when the last backup was taken, and at the moment there is no value associated with it. We have no registry selected. If we select the test registry as normal and log on as the system user with the system password as normal, okay, we can see here that the registry has a question mark against it, which indicates that currently the system is unable to establish when the last backup was taken, and this may be because no backup has ever been taken. You may also get an indicator down here saying NA for non-applicable, and that is when you've either selected an Oracle database or a SQL Server database, because the backups of those types of registries or databases is managed independently, normally by an administrator, and not those systems. An Oracle or SQL Server database cannot be backed up using the method I'm about to show you. So the method I'm showing you is only really applicable when you are using an Access database, and the test registry is an Access database. So the first thing we need to establish is where the backup files are going to be written to. So if we edit configuration and we select directories, we will see an item there, backup directory, and currently that is set to our C drive, PDR professional directory backups. Okay, and if we look inside that directory at the moment, we have no files inside this directory. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are simply going to select to do the backup, and that is available through the data management option and backup registries, as we can see there. Now when we select backup registries, the system presents us with a list of currently configured registries that it knows about, and we can either select all of the registries, or we can use the control key to select or deselect individual registries as we may need to do. So we're going to select all registries. Now when I press OK, what the system will do now is ask us, are all the users logged off? Now it's not mandatory for all the users to be logged off, but it will make the backup more consistent if you ensure that all users are logged off before we do the backup. So then we just select yes, and as we can see here, it's backing up the registries to C PDR professional backups, and it's doing all of the selected registries from that list, in this case all 4. Now, as we can see there, all 4 registries have been successfully backed up. Now we see here that the last backup is actually got a date in there, 27th of the 5th 2012, which is the date the backup was taken. And it's as simple as that, really. That's all you have to do. Now with backups, if that date becomes, say, more than 3 days out of date, then this label will actually go red, and we can simulate that. If we now look inside this directory, we will see that all of the databases or registries have a timestamp placed in front of their names, indicating the date and time that registry was backed up. So what I'm going to do now is simulate that this backup was actually more than 3 days ago. So it's 2012, it's currently the 27th of May. If I now make that the 21st of May, okay, and so I've now renamed that file. If I now go to reselect the test registry, you can see immediately there that the backup has now turned red, because as far as the system is concerned, the backup was taken on the 21st of May, and therefore it's more than 3 days out of date, and so it's gone red. Now that 3 days is dependent upon the name of this file name. So what the system does, it looks inside this directory that you've configured through the configuration details, and it works out when the last backup was taken, and that in this case was 21, and therefore it's gone red. So we would simply now, in this scenario, we would back up the registries, we would select the test registry again, we'd just back up that single directory, and then the backup now is reset back to 27th, and we can now see that we will in fact have 2 files for the test registry. One for the 21st, as we can see there, that date is the 21st, and this one, the date here, is the 27th. and so these need to be managed manually. So now and again you will select one of these, you will delete the file, and you will keep just a few backups. It's up to local policies, whatever you want to do in that respect. So that concludes how to back up a PDR registry.